I'm gonna be cleaning the engine on my 2003 Honda Civic two-door. As you can see, it's kind of like real dirty. It was like this when I got it. Never got a chance to do it. No, I ain't really been driving it, but I'm finna get into cleaning it up. Normally I would clean it with like a Awesome Purple Power or some type of degreaser or a gunk. That's an engine cleaner that you can find at any auto parts store or Walmart. But today I found the new product. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. I left it in the house. I got to go run and get it, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. But I just want to show you. It's pretty decent. I mean, it's pretty dirty. I'm gonna be like putting plastic or a towel over these parts, like the fuse box. You can see the alternator down there. Just certain parts so it won't get wet. And I'm not gonna be cleaning it with a pressure washer or a water hose. I'm gonna show you like a safer way to do it, so you don't shoot that much water against stuff. Because I mean, you still got to put water on it. But if you use like a high pressure water, like a water hose, you'll force that water in somewhere where it don't need to be. So I'm gonna show you a little safer way to rinse it off with a little thing. I mean, it's cheap to pick up, or you might have it laying around the crib. I'm gonna show you that. And also, I got another video how to, a couple of videos how to clean the engine without water, and then one how to do it safely. You can go back and check those videos out. And on this battery, I know it's like kind of real rusty and corrosion. So I probably use before I clean, I probably use like a wire wheel to get that up. I don't know. I mean, it starts up, the battery ain't dying or nothing like that, but I don't want to get stranded somewhere in the winter because of the connections. I would take them off, but if you look at the connections, as soon as I end up taking this stuff off, all that's going to break, and I'm going to have to replace all that. And I don't feel like doing it right now because I don't have the stuff. I have to go get it. And I'm trying to get into doing this now. So let me go in the house and get the wire wheel and the drill. And then get this foam, this new product I got. It's supposed to be a foam engine cleaner. Come in an aerosol can. Let me go get that, and then I'll turn it back on. All right, guys, I'm back. I couldn't find my wire wheel that I put on the end of the drill to make it a lot easier. I couldn't even find my small metal toothbrush to brush it. The only thing I could find was this right here. My little, the wire brush. It's kind of big, but it'll do the job. And you just want to like brush it off. Try to wear a mask if you can. They're just to loosen it up to get some of the stuff off. But I'm gonna wash it off first, and then I'm gonna do this last. I'm gonna brush this. Well, I might just brush it, do it first. It really don't matter. I can brush it first to clean it up, and then do it again. And then when you want to be aware of any of your like if you got ground points in the vehicle, like wire, like this right here, all your ground points, you want to lube those after you finish washing, because when you do grease and foam, if it's like oil or grease that's protecting those bolts or whatever like that, that stuff tends to like clean it off. That's what it's designed for, to remove oil, gunk, and grease. But you could just go back over there with like some type of lubricant, grease, or if you don't have anything, you can put motor oil on it. I mean, WD-40 is good, but it dries out. You have to keep putting it on there every so often. But what I think I got some in the house. It costs about $2 or $3. It's like battery terminal spray. It's like a red spray. I usually put that on there after I clean my contacts, so that would be good also. But yeah. See, if you look at this, see this right here. This like one. See how that's shining? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Focus. This camera acting like me sometimes. Sometimes I just don't want to focus. All right, now you see how clean that became? Now look at the other one. Now watch this. See that? It's coming clean. You can see the copper ends on there now. So let me get to doing this. Let me go get some plastic so I can put over those electric components. Every vehicle different. You might want to put it over the stuff like the computer or whatever, computers or stuff, whatever up under the hood of your vehicle that's electronic that you think that shouldn't get wet. So let me get ready and go get these plastic bags to put over there, and I'll come back and start spraying it down. All right, guys, as you can see, got the towel. So you don't want to get nothing on the bumper, especially when I had sanded down the bumper and the hood and stuff, and primed it up black. I don't want to get no grease or dirt on there. And another thing, guys, when you do your hood latch too, after you do it, try to cover your hood latch up so you don't strip the grease and what's the name from it. But if you do, you can always re-oil it. But as you can see, put a plastic bag over my fuse box, under the fuse box, and then I put some plastic over the alternator. And the rest of the stuff like you don't have to worry about all that. I mean, a lot of people cover that up, but you don't really need to do that. And this is the stuff I got right here. ZEP, Zep, or whatever you want to call, however they pronounce it. It's foam citrus degreaser. So remove oil, grease, and adhesive in kitchen soil. Powerful foam cleans the vertical surfaces, and for stainless steel, aluminum, and porcelain. And normally I do like I said, the gunk or the other heavy degreasers, and a lot of times some of them degreasers be smelling like turpentine, gasoline, and just like strong chemicals. And after you wash your vehicle and you start it up, you smell that stuff, and it don't smell good. But at least I can I got the foaming citrus degreaser. I rather smell oranges and lemons than gas and turpentine. That's all I'm saying. And another, let me start shaking this can up so I can spray it on here. And another thing too, like for the heavy, dirty spots that this stuff don't get off, me, I don't trip out too much, worry about the heavy, dirty spots. I just put it on and rinse it off. So, I mean, I'm not trying to get it spotless. I'm not finna eat up under here. I just want it where I can get up under here work without getting nasty. Like I might just want to like for instance, I'm supposed to be upgrade my headlights to the HID headlights, the brighter headlights. And I don't want to get up under here and get oily and dirty, looking like I just put a motor in and all I did was change the headlight bulb. I'm trying to at least have it clean up until that point, you know, not spotless, but you know, clean enough where I can work up under it and ain't got to worry about getting oily or dusty for changing the headlight bulb. So let me start spraying this stuff on here. Open this can. Me, sometimes I don't be trying to save stuff for the next thing. I just spray it on there. If I use it all, I use it all. Ooh, that stuff smells good. I should have covered that up right there. Matter of fact, I am gonna cover that up right there. That little computer module. Let me go get another bag and I'll be right back. I'm gonna cover that up. Better safe than sorry. All right, guys. Let me finish spraying this stuff. Boy, this stuff smell like oranges, like the little cutie oranges for like the kids that you eat. I love them little things. Like those better than the regular oranges. They smell like them little oranges and orange slices. Now, if you want to, like you don't have to. Like I said, you can get the brush and like brush some of this stuff off. Agitate some of this this dirt for the spots that's like heavily worn. And you can let this stuff sit. You can let this stuff sit. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but I'm gonna try to focus in. But man, it's loosening up some of that dirt fast. Look at that. Man, sprays down some of that. You can't see that. Yeah. A lot of times, don't believe that stuff. Like people be like, "Oh, it make the engine run cooler." That's not necessarily true. What make your engine run cooler is your antifreeze. Make sure your antifreeze change, filled, and you got the right antifreeze in there. That's what's gonna make your engine run cool. That's what you should be more concerned about than anything. This is just for appearances and just keeping your vehicle clean so you won't get dirty when you work up under it. You know, a lot of people, like all those old myths, they just stick to them. They believe that they say one thing and they just go with it. Then this person teach that person teach that person, just go down the line. So, man, this stuff is really loosening it up. All right, now let me let this sit. And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go get a brush to you know, agitate some of this dirt a little bit. I mean, you don't have to. I just want to show y'all in case y'all need to. Some of you guys that maybe got heavy sit oil caked up and stuff on there that you might need to brush it. So let me go get a brush. And I don't know if you can see through this engine, man, but it's actually you can see the dirt is now sitting on top. Like, let me show you something like this, for instance. Look at that. Look at that. That stuff is sitting on top, like bubbled up now. Let me go get a brush, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. Now, you can use any type of brush, like from medium to soft. You don't need to really use a hard one. And just, ooh, look at that. Let me spray some more stuff on it. Yeah, this is like if you want to agitate some of it, you don't have to. But I'm doing this just for video purposes. Agitate some of the dirt. You can. But normally I don't really do it. I just spray over there. Then once that dissolves and bubble up the dirt, I spray it again. And sometimes I keep going to the whole can going because, like I said, it's only like $3.99 or something like that. And I can just get another can. I don't like keep using the same can for the engine. I just, you know, keep scrubbing, get it nice and clean. It's only $3.99. And that for an engine for a clean engine, it's not bad in my opinion. You know, a lot of people take these. I mean, you can do 3 or 4 cars with this, but some of them be so dirty. Like this stuff's so dirty. Like in between there, the previous owner just had it so caked up in here. Like he was just putting oil in here with his eyes closed without a funnel, just throwing it over. Like he was trying to put oil in the car from 5 feet back, wasting it everywhere. And whenever she got that much oil, just unnecessary stuff. I mean, it's possible it could have been a leak and shooting up, but I don't think so. Because it's everywhere. If there was that much oil everywhere from a leak, then you shouldn't have been driving it. The motor should have been locked up. Alright, so let me let that sit before I rinse it off. Let me spray a little bit more right here because this is I see some still down there. Alright. I'm gonna show you guys what I use to rinse it off with. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me go fill it up with water. Alright guys, this is what I use to rinse it off. It's like a little feel like you put like weed killer and pesticides in there for like you know, like bugs and stuff like that. But I use this one to for cleaning my engine And I remember back in the day, when I didn't have a water hose and stuff like that, like you in like apartment buildings, what I used to do is bring a bucket of soap and water down, wash my vehicle, then go fill this thing up with water, and come back and rinse the vehicle off with it. See it? And spray water. Then you can set like the nozzle to like the pressure, like a thin pattern or wide pattern, and you just pump it like 30 times, or have it as many times you want to. And let me show you. All right, let's get this ready. And that way you ain't got water all over the place. See that? Like you rinse that off. Look at all that dirt. Look at all that dirt and ground. Look at that. Cut right off. And that way you ain't got it's still water. It can be damaging to components. Let's be real, it's water and electronics up in here. But what you do is you mask that down to the best of your ability, and then you use this for the to rinse it off, and it limits your chances of messing up anything, because there's always a possibility that something can get messed up no matter what you're doing, no matter how much precaution you take. But if you do it this way, it limits your chance of anything get messed up. Let me show you this. Now you see how the dirt came off that power steering hose? Look at all that coming off. Look how clean that became. Yep. And then let me go ahead and just, like, look at this, watch this. Look at all that. Do you see all that stuff just came off of there? I love it. I love it just doing it this way. And like I said, you limit your chance of anything get messed up. And when I get done rinsing this off, I'm gonna show you how I dry it off. You don't have to do it that way. I use a leaf blower, but everybody don't have a leaf blower. So so if you don't have a leaf blower, you could just like let it sit out with the hood up, or you could just let it run and go for a dry, and it'll dry off that way naturally. But I just use the leaf blower to blow any water because I got it, might as well. So let me finish rinsing this stuff off, and then I'll show you how I dry it off with the leaf blower. Alright guys, this ain't spotless clean, but all that grime, grease, and dust, that stuff is gone. You can actually see the gray on the engine now. See that? Cleaned up all that dust and grime. Remember, all that stuff was black and grease. This was black and greasy. All that stuff. Had to clean all that stuff up. And let me show you how I dry it off with the leaf blower. And remember, everybody don't have a leaf blower. If you want, you could just let it air dry or start it up and let it dry. Or just leave the hood up, leave it in the sun and let it dry. But let me show you how I do it. Give me 1 second, let me go get this leaf blower. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this. See that? Alright guys, now you see I just blew all the water and stuff off the engine, so all that grease and grime and oil and dirty stuff gone. And you see the terminals now? After I brushed them and cleaned them, you can see the copper nice and clean now. If you remember in the beginning of the video, you couldn't even see that stuff is corroded. And let me show you what I do when I get done cleaning so it don't look so dry and ashy. You can get you some cheap water-based tire shine from like Dollar Tree Don't put like no thick silicone based tire shine on it, because it's gonna attract too much oil and dirt, and then plus you get on the all that stuff is gonna burn off. So yeah, and you don't want to waste your money putting some expensive stuff up under here. Just get you something from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna show you what it do when I get done. Well, actually, let me go get it first because it's in the house. I'll be right back. All right, guys, see this right here? You get this whole thing for $1. It's tire shine, but it's like water-based tire shine, if I'm not mistaken. And if it is silicone, it's very minimum because this stuff is not strong. It's only $1. And I'm talking about, like, some of them products like the tire gel that's like silicone based. You could tell where it go on, and it lasts for a long time, even through rain. This stuff don't last that long, but it keep this from the engine from looking ashy like. So I'm just gonna spray this on here, and when you get done, you can let this stuff you can either let it sit and drown it, or you can just, like, some of the spots that's like still dirty a little bit, you can wipe it off. Make sure you get all your stuff, parts that supposed to shine, like the hoses, so they don't be dry looking. All your hoses, the rubber, is safe on all that stuff. Plastics. Just get all that stuff up under there. Yeah, that stuff, it's gonna be white. It's gonna turn white, but after it dries, it's gonna be clear. It's gonna leave the plastic not with too much of a shine, but it's gonna be a nice clean look. So all right, now let me spray that on there. And when I get done spraying this, I'm gonna let this sit for like 10 or 15 minutes before I show you guys the final results. All right, guys, I'll catch y'all with the final results. All right, guys, that's the end results. See, everything way cleaner than when I started. And like I said, I wasn't trying to get it 100% clean. I was just trying to get it some of this stuff off. So when I work up under here, I don't get all greasy and oily. See that? You can actually see all the labels on, like, the power steering fluid, the washer fluid, and all that stuff like that. And at first it didn't even say Honda VTEC right there. I mean, you couldn't really see nothing. Couldn't see what kind of battery it was because it was just like caked up dirt from over the years. That was come someone never cleaning it. That you couldn't even see that cap at first. A lot of this stuff is visible now. Nice and clean. So now let me run in here and get this this stuff for the terminals to spray on here. This is like the battery after I cleaned it up. You can see it's clean now. And if you go back in the video and look, all that stuff was corroded. I brushed it off with the wire stuff, cleaned it up. And now I'm gonna spray some terminal spray on there so it don't cake back up there with that corrosions. I should have took them off and put some on there, but I think it'll be fine. Ain't no big deal. Let me go get some real quick, show y'all what I'm talking about so y'all know what to pick up. All right, guys, this is the spray I was talking about right here. Battery terminal protection spray. Don't quote me on this, but you can get it at the power store or Walmart for like $1.99 or $2.29. A couple pennies more or less. And when you spray it on there, just spray it on there. Just spray it on there lightly. It turned red. And I think it's sealed like it's a grease or like a paint. Don't get buck wild with it, because come out kind of like messy a little bit, look like some paint or something. But yeah. Leave that right there. It kind of look messy, but just like leave that right there and let it dry. And then you're good. Try to put it on there lightly as I can, but it come out kind of messy. But just, yeah, that's all you need. If you don't got that, you can put some type of, like I said, WD-40 or oil on it, or motor oil, or a little bit of transmission fluid. That's what I used to put back on the in the day when I didn't have this stuff available. So yeah, spray that on there and just let it sit, and you're good to go. Vehicle will start up fine and everything. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.